something, right? Certain things I do. I do. No, I'm taking it. There you go. So, let's be showing us the pose we're seeing.
Right now?
Let's be showing us the so proud of you. We saw the car already.
Where?
She's wearing a bright blue dress for tonight. How do I?
How do you what?
Why is it on video?
We'll switch back to photo. It's slider.
Mike. No mic? How about now? No? Okay. Is that better for everybody? Alright, I'll lift it up a bit. There we go. Alright, just some perspective. The last time I was standing on the stage, I was announcing for the prom fashion show. So a little bit of a change of pace, but I got pretty good at, pointing out styles and people's outfits. Like Mr. Leonard over here is sporting a J. Ferrar silver suit with a blue tie. With all honesty, Mr. Leonard's a really cool sponsor. You're lucky to have him as your NHS sponsor. He's a great guy. He's really cool. In fact, he's so cool, he starts most of his emails to me, "Sup dog," spelled D-A-W-G. He's a really cool cat. Anyway, first off, congratulations to all these new members here. And thanks to everyone who came out to show their support. Be proud. This is a very special privilege and a real accomplishment. I say real accomplishment because last year I think I heard somebody say this is a real honor. And I was like, well, yeah, National Honor Society. Thanks for the input. You guys all represent some of the brightest minds and personalities here at Conant High School. And I think you can all agree that it was a very hard road to get here, considering all the work that you have to put in to your schoolwork and activities. I hope that National Honor Society becomes an outlet that you can use to help you with your respective journeys on the road ahead. Last month I had been talking to Mr. Conant about my own journey after Conant High School. He'd asked me the question, what impact would you like to make in your future career? I'd started talking about how I'd like to start off at a company and slowly work my way up by gathering different experiences and positions until I'm in some sort of leadership role. And he stopped me, and he looked at me and he said, now you listen to me. That's your goal, not your impact. He wasn't upset with me, he didn't say it in any angry way, but what he said had scared me, and it startled me for many days after. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Mr. Conant said it's very common for kids our age to get focused on their personal goals rather than the impact that they'd like to make. If anyone asks you about National Honor Society, most likely the phrase, "and it looks good for colleges too," is slowly following in the conversation. I can tell you that being in National Honor Society is not about getting into colleges. Being in National Honor Society is about making an impact in our community and the lives of those who live in it. It's about having fun, hanging out with friends, making some new ones, and putting a smile on someone's face. For homecoming, we had been decorating until the late hours of the night. Everyone was having fun. There was people singing. I think the janitors were getting upset or something, but it was fun. And the more awesome an event is like that, the more likely I'm going to go ask Mr. Leonard over there if we can buy donuts. So, for new members, there's donuts on the line. So have some fun with it. Making an impact does not need to be drastically life-changing. And I'll let you in on a secret. When you put a smile on someone's face, like the little kids we shop for around Christmas time through Waco, that is changing their world. Through that one smile, because that was a smile that they would not have had. A lot of this is really hard, but so is the road to get here. It's not easy to realize these things. It's not easy to accept, the things that you might be doing wrong, and they're not wrong, but, things that you can look at differently in your life. Look at things as how you make an impact through that, what you can change in the world, even if it's really, really small. It can be done by everybody. In this room, you can start now, even parents. There's something that you can do differently, to look at it differently. Change your life, change the lives of people around you. Never forget about the impact that you'd like to make. Continue to strive to make that impact, and the rest of your goals will follow after. I just hope that all of you find somebody like Mr. Conant that can show you this and help you, bring your life to these realizations. So now I present to you my mentor, the head cougar himself, and a member of the class of 2014, Mr. Conant.
Like that before. Before we get started, I'd like to give a round of applause for Joe Monquist and the members of the string ensemble. What a great job. And before we begin the formal ceremony, I'd like to thank Miss Jackie Brown, who just recently had a child, and Angela Drenth, who stepped in for her to help Mr. Leonard, who, like most men, are clueless. As NHS sponsors, who have spent countless hours preparing for tonight's ceremony, but also organizing the event, the faculty committees, held countless meetings with the kids to make this night possible. So, as well as Joanne Kaczynski, our faculty service supervisor for the programs, and the Conant Booster Club, who will provide for us tonight a reception following the ceremony. So thank you. It is truly an honor to address the 49th annual induction ceremony of the Gerald A. McElroy chapter of National Honors. And Mrs. Drenth said to one of the NHS kids, Mr. Conant's been here for all 49. That is not true. You've been recognized as students who exemplify the pillars of NHS: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. You should be very proud of your accomplishments, as I know your parents and teachers and family and friends are. The faculty speaker tonight will address the inductees, but I'd like to take a couple minutes to address the parents. Although most of your students are in a hurry to grow up, as parents, grandparents, relatives, guardians, it seems like yesterday that they were babies. It made me think of all the rituals that you established as their parents and how those rituals shaped the success your students have shared up to this point. Those rituals became rites of passage. The going to bed ritual, remember that? In my house, I was in charge of bath, story, and song. I always fell asleep first. I'd always try to skip pages of Are You My Mommy? Or Goodnight Moon, and every time I got caught. The first day of school rituals, which really began in my house with 3 daughters well before the first day of school, with several shopping trips, at least 3 for clothes to the mothership, Macy's, and several to Target to get the right backpack, the right supplies, back to the mothership, back to Target, and then the actual first day of school. I remember one first day of school, my youngest daughter, Betsy, got up at 3:30 in the morning and came in our room and was shaking at me. He said, "Dad, it's time to go to school." I said, "Honey, it's 3:30 in the morning." She goes, No, I know, we gotta go. So I got up. Her sisters made fun of her until I reminded them that they did the same thing. We took pictures in the front yard by the tree. I recently had to cut the tree down because of the ash borer. I made the mistake of sending a text of the house without the tree to my 3 daughters. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook had the following proclamations. My parents cut down my tree. I can't believe they cut down my tree. That was my tree. That was a tree that I grew up with. I felt horrible. The tree was dead as a doornail, and about ready to fall in the house. What it reminded me of was how important those rituals were to my girls. Even though our kids fight us about all the things we make them do, it's an important part of who they are. The holidays, the birthdays, the Sundays, the school events, the family events. Each one of you have your own rituals that help shape your child's life. Maintain your rituals, regardless of how quirky or different they may seem. Look at the impact it's already had on your kids. Inductees, you made a tremendous impact on Conant High School and your community. I know you'll continue to do great things as you move toward accomplishing your goals. As our current members prepare to reaffirm and our new inductees prepare to accept membership, I wish you all the best. You have earned the distinction of being a member of the National Honor Society. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our special guest this evening. From our Board of Education, Mr. Michael Scheringhausen. And from the Administration Center and a Cougar at Heart, Mrs. Danielle Hauser. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Scheringhausen, who would like to share a few words. Thank you.
Here tonight on this special evening. The National Honor Society began in 1921 to honor outstanding high school students. More than just an honor, NHS serves to honor those students who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Membership not only recognizes student accomplishments, but challenges them to develop further through involvement in school activities and community service. I congratulate each of you on this achievement. I'd also like to congratulate the parents and the teachers who motivated and encouraged these exceptional students. Finally, on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to know how proud we are of you. And I urge you to continue to strive for excellence in learning and leading and serving and inspiring others to do the same. We look forward to hearing about your accomplishments and successes. Thank you.
Last October, we inducted 152 students to active membership in the National Honor Society. At this time, we would like to honor those students again by calling them forth to be recognized. Will the active members of the National Honor Society please come forth?
been a joy and privilege to work with these active members of the National Honor Society. Their initiative, dedication, and spirit has revealed the fact that these students who stand before you are true leaders within our school and community, as well as excellent role models.
In addition to having played pivotal roles in many school activities, these members have also devoted many hours to the NHS organization itself, volunteering more than 4,500 hours of community service representing this chapter over the past year.
As a group, the members that stand before you, they've selected an esteemed member of the Conant faculty as a guest speaker. I would like to present you Bobby Wozniak as the chapter's vice president to introduce our guest speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored with the privilege of introducing tonight's guest speaker. Currently in his 9th year teaching here at Conant High School, this man has certainly earned his place as a determined, hardworking educator and inspiring role model. I had the opportunity of having him as a teacher my sophomore year, in which I learned the importance of communication and the beauty of language. He has enriched countless students with his knowledge and analysis of literature, assisting them in paving the roads to a bright and successful future. I can honestly say he is one of the most passionate and determined teachers I've ever met. Not only has tonight's guest speaker aided me, along with numerous other students, in becoming a more advanced and knowledgeable reader and writer, but he has truly demonstrated the importance of integrity, family, and personal growth. Hearing about his 2 sons and his wife, who was his high school sweetheart, during class never ceased to put a smile on my face. The evident compassion he has for his family carries over each day to the compassion he has for every single one of his students. This man has shown me the importance of sticking to what you love and to continuously improve upon it. After receiving his undergrad degree from the University of Illinois, he obviously became a teacher, but he did not stop there. He received his master's degree from Northern Illinois University in British and American Literature, his national board certification last year, now serves as the vice chair on the school board for a private Christian school, and is the Illinois Association of Teachers of English district leader. He has also done professional freelance writing for the past 5 years. His incredible accomplishments have taught me to never stop growing and to always continue learning. The guest speaker tonight is a man of great knowledge, wisdom, compassion, and dedication. Although he is simply identified as an English teacher here at Conant High School, I identify this man as a role model and an inspiration. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Jordan Catapon.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Bobby. Those were incredibly kind words. Thank you. I don't have to tell you that it's a privilege to be here tonight, but we all know that, and Justin definitely spelled that out for us as well. It is a truly fantastic privilege to be here for all of us. It's a privilege for me to have been invited to be here tonight. It's a privilege for you, high school students receiving one of the most distinguished honors and recognitions that high school students can. And also as parents, it's an enormous privilege to be able to witness the success of your children, and also, as Mr. Cannon pointed out, your successes as parents as well. This is a really good moment. So congratulations on your upcoming induction into the National Honor Society. This is doubtlessly the result of tons of hard work that you've put into developing your outstanding characters, your strong leadership, your devotion to academics, and your commitment to building into the lives of others. You guys have obviously been very busy, and I know you've been working on a lot. I don't want to ask you tonight what you're working on. You have plenty of things that you're constantly working on, and some of you are going to go home tonight and be working on more things, like that AP language assignment that's due later this week. But don't worry about what you're working on. Instead, what I want to ask you guys tonight is, what are you working towards? As many of you may have heard before, in fact, just a moment ago, Bobby introduced me as someone who married his high school sweetheart. It's true. I don't know how it happened, but I was fortunate enough to marry this really, really incredible girl. who, as luck would have it, turned out to be the best woman ever created in the history of the planet. I'm sure there's plenty of other great girls out there, I just got the best one. But I remember how incredibly difficult it was for my 15-year-old self to actually get to the point to ask out this amazing girl who, for some inexplicable reason, liked me. I remember meticulously thinking through what I would say before each time I was about to talk to her. I remember doubting that I would ever be able to even interest this girl. But I didn't give up. And I remember when I asked her out, I was so nervous I had to whisper it to her. And I didn't even call her for like 3 weeks after that. We'd only talked through AOL Instant Messenger because I was that awkward. But after we started dating, she told me that someone came up to her and said, "OMG, you're dating that guy? I know like 4 other guys who are totally interested in you, but they thought you were way out of their league, but now that you're dating him, well." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Joe." I didn't realize it at the time, but this was a really big moment for me. Not just that I ended up with a great girl, but that I had earned something that I wasn't accustomed to earning. Success. And I didn't get the success by thinking about it forever, or reading about it, or asking for endless advice, or by unnecessarily walking past her locker about 5 times a day, hoping to see her there. Well, I did that plenty. I got the success finally just by taking some action, by doing something. I could study and think all I wanted to, but my fortune was rooted in action. And every piece of effort, including every failure, like when she turned me down when I asked her to be her lab partner, even that was just a piece of what I was working towards. Sometimes we make mistakes as we grow up. We believe that we need to learn a lot first and then do later. We believe that failure is a sign we should give up. We believe that we're not worthy of the successes that are actually just beyond our grasp. We don't understand yet that success is what comes after we try a bunch of stuff, and after a bunch of failures too. That knowledge comes after experience, and that our goals are achieved after we've internalized the possibility of their achievement. As NHS inductees, you obviously have had a great deal of success and of large accomplishments so far. You possess the best academics, the best characters, and therefore some of the best opportunities. So, what are you working towards? Do you believe in your future success? Do you believe that what you're working towards is achievable? Is your future success as tangible to you as the chair you're sitting in right now? You see, success can be like a flirtatious girl who leads you on, who runs away from you, who hides from you, who turns you down when you ask her to be her lab partner, and who just at the moment that you feel your efforts have all been in vain, finally accepts your invitation and runs to you with open arms. So what kind of success are you working towards? I ask you that because I also want to tell you that tonight, for you, the opposite of success is not failure, not when you're an NHS member. The opposite of success is selfishness. As a new member of NHS, you understand the importance of having a high and unwavering moral standard and never, ever sacrifice your integrity. Never permit yourself to commit even the slightest falsehood. And as each day you build better and better versions of yourself, be committed to building the lives of others as well. You know you're successful when you've made contributions to the community around you. If a pretty nerdy sophomore guy could earn the love of the best girl who's ever existed on the planet, then just think about what you, most of whom aren't nearly as nerdy, can do. Believe in yourself. Work towards something worth working towards. Don't give up and let failure teach you to strive harder. If you ask me, I'm failing at a lot these days. At a lot of things as a teacher, as a husband, as a father, as a writer, as a leader. Just about everything I'm doing, I'm failing. And I love it. Because I understand that failure is not an end point, but it's an opportunity to keep working towards those goals that I have for my own life and for the lives of those around me. So I'm not concerned with what you're working on or failing at. I ask you again, what are you working towards? National Honor Society stands for scholarship, service, leadership, and character. None of these things have to do with what grades you get or how much money you make or how many people favorited that last tweet of yours, hashtag who cares. But they all compel you to look carefully at what kind of investment you make in yourself and what kind of investment you're making in the lives of those around you. Your induction tonight demonstrates that you already are individuals who manifest these pillars of the National Honor Society. And as you light your candles tonight, remember that you're joining an already existing community of people just like you, who are thoughtful and caring and talented, and who have made a commitment to sharing these enduring qualities with the people around them. And so tonight I implore you, let your light shine and fully be who you are. Work towards something that's meaningful, and do so not just for yourself, but for the benefaction of your country, your community, and your fellow man. Thank you. Congratulations.
Current members, we can only anticipate that you will continue to serve as an inspiration to Conant High School and to our wonderful community. For that, we thank you and wish you the very best for the future.
Pratna Pradhan, Secretary of NHS, and Ally Wessel, Treasurer of NHS. Please accept the official register of our chapter from Mr. Cannon. This register is an official document that records the names of each inductee over the years. It is kept in our school vault and will remain there for the life of the school. The emblem of the society is the keystone and the famous flaming torch. The keystone bears at its base the letters CSLS, which stand for our 4 cardinal principles of this organization. This is the emblem of our purpose, to bear forth and light our candles in the eternal search for truth.
We believe that character is essential in the quest for scholarship. We hold that no intellectual achievement, however keen or clever, is worthy of recognition unless it stands hand in hand with accuracy, reliability, honor, humility, tolerance, and truth. We light the candle of character.
We light the candle of character as a symbol of purity, honesty, and truth. Character is dynamic, for it can build a nation, for it has built America. America must continue to cultivate and develop men and women of high character.
Scholarship symbolizes a lifelong commitment to learning. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. We light the candle of scholarship.
We light the candle of scholarship as a symbol of our academic aspirations. Scholarship is one great element in life which can lead to the great success. It can only be acquired in one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes a lamp by which we read the past and a light which illuminates the future.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school and community. Taking initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to realize their full potential. We light the candle of leadership. We light the candle of leadership as a symbol of authority.
In our chaotic world today, we need men and women of initiative and determination. We need leaders with ideals who, whether their followers be many or few, will lead on.
Service can be expressed in various ways. We are committed to volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Light the
Candle of service.
We light the candle of service as a symbol of our willingness to work for the benefit of those in need. It has been our privilege to render service to our school and community. This privilege shall retain cheerfully serving an ever-widening circle in our community and our country.
We are now approaching the time when we will induct 151 new student members. We ask that you kindly hold your applause until after the inductees have repeated the pledge. Mr. Scheringhausen, Mrs. Hauser, and Mr. Cannon, will you now come forward and officially sign the register for the 49th induction at Conant? To the inductees in the audience, by your words, your deeds, and your very presence, you have been selected by the faculty for induction into the Gerald A. McElroy chapter of the National Honor Society. At this time, we would like the senior inductees to present themselves.
When your name is called, please come forward and inscribe your name in the chapter register and light your candle in the eternal light of truth.
Jessica Aguilar.
Caitlin Batista.
Kevin Kofer.
Caitlin Denny.
Bradley Durr.
Leanne Frawley.
Carolyn Gassman.
Nicole Guerra.
Sarah Gomez.
Abhinav Kakaturo.
Ali Kazineza.
Colleen Little.
Shannon McGowan. Samantha Murata.
Shivam Patel.
Shrina Patel.
James Pesh.
Paige Clancy.
Kia Radford.
Joseph Rinaldo.
Sam Razak.
Hero Robles.
Raleigh Shaw.
Alex Shozda.
Jordan Sperling.
Natalia Taborski.
Maggie Tarko.
Jordan Wolf.
At this time, the junior inductees may present themselves. When your name is called, please come forward and inscribe your name in the chapter register and light your candle in the eternal light of truth. John Michael Alabama.
Joel Almodovar.
Lisa Ambrose.
Haley Anderson.
Jasmine Anderson.
Samatha Ankireddy.
Nathan Armando.
Nikon Azarafruz.
Anna Badanorov.
Mohi Bandala.
Natalie Betts.
Carly Bryant.
Ryan Boots.
Samantha Burrish. Brian Byers.
Megan Callahan.
Leah Soleric.
Kevin Chang.
Jessica Chima.
Mohan Chandakasalau.
Cynthia Klopek.
Nathaniel Clausen.
Leanne Clayton. Kevin Courtney.
Zachary Cox.
Natalie Corvolio.
Alexandra Curran.
Jessica Daly.
Zachary Dale.
Claudia DeBrine.
Paul DeTulio. Del Luti.
Madeline Demerick.
Nicholas DePinto.
Victoria Deriskevich.
Georgine Derenexis.
Luke Downey.
Diana Durr.
Wasim Ibrahim.
Caitlin Eder.
Annie Egan.
Michael Eindig.
Berta Elric Dowling.
Danielle Engelbright.
Matthew Futh.
Owen Flash.
Michelle Frawley.
Matthew Grabowski.
Christina Gieri.
Rebecca Hamilton.
Gray Hoft.
Kevin Hong.
Aditi Jagadish.
James Jancy.
Joshua Jones.
Arslan Cameron.
Megan Kilgore.
Killian.
Katie Howe.
Maya Kraus.
Tyler Kudla.
Michael Lampert.
Hannah Lee.
Gregory Lindquist.
Catherine Lomas.
Yadi Luna.
Michelle Marasegan.
Gina Massa. Emily Miller.
Dahlia Mills.
Natalie Moore.
Varsha Muthakumar.
Heather O'Brien.
Sydney O'Keefe.
Andrea Palazzo.
Dara Patel.
Keisha Patel.
Kishan Patel.
Rima Patel.
Sunny Patel.
Reina Patel.
Yogi Patel.
Jay Patel.
Twinkle Patel.
Novak Petrovic.
Ashley Pincenti.
Cassandra Pritchard.
Fatima Carney.
Brandon Graffiti.
John Raimondo.
Kimberly Ruff.
Sarah Richter.
Brooke Rowland.
Carmen Rosas.
Steven Sabatini.
Eric Scheringhausen.
Melissa Schroeder.
Mary Schroeder.
Rita Shaw.
Sungnak Shin.
Emily Singh.
Morgan Skulston.
Barbara Smigler. Andrea Story.
Stephanie Tauscher.
Matthew Kilmini.
James Tokars.
Emily Tokars.
Abby Tripp.
Alexandra Urbanski.
Swenti Basani.
Jessica Vigorito.
Alyssa Wachum.
Taylor Waydens.
Alexandra Wilmot.
Paulina Wolska.
Alexandra Zaitis.
Kimberly Zoucher. Inductees, kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold. The high purposes of the National Honor Society. To which I have been elected. Striving in every way, by word and deed. Striving in every way, by word and deed. To make its ideals. The ideals of my school. And of my life.
The four cardinal principles upon which this society is founded are character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Do you promise to uphold them to the best of your ability?
I do promise.
We are also requested to hold the society sacred and by your words and deeds make the students of Conant High School regard it with respect and honor. Do you promise?
I do promise.
If that is so, I officially proclaim you are active members in this chapter.
Parents, teachers, and friends, these young ladies and gentlemen represent the charter members of 2013. It is my pleasure to introduce them to you as worthy members of the kind of work we are trying to promote here at Conant High School.
To the parents and teachers, the members have asked me to extend their thank you to you.
By challenging the ideals of society. We at Conant High School are extremely proud of each and every one of you. I am happy to present to you Mr. Cannon and Mr. Scheringhausen and Mrs. Hauser for awarding of the certificates.
This concludes the induction ceremony. We would like to invite you now to proceed to the area outside the auditorium for a reception honoring both the new inductees and current members. We are delighted that you have been able to join us and hope you enjoy the remainder of your evening. Thank you.